tent city on the outskirts of Chinatown in Oakland, California. Today's topic is helper's burnout, which I started to experience this last Sunday at Oak Life Church. The topic was, I think it was phrased differently, helper's burnout or compassion burnout syndrome. They always have a syndrome behind it. First there was the China syndrome, and then there's other kinds of syndromes. And, well, what if there's a syndrome? Now I sound like Andy Rooney on 60 Minutes. I wonder if there's a syndrome. I wonder if there's a syndrome where little tiny animals crawl up into my bushy eyebrows. I wonder if there's a syndrome where you end up looking like the good half-brother of Shezla Milo's the poet. That's what I wonder here on 60 Minutes. But they only give me a few minutes because I'm kind of a curmudgeon. At any rate, it was just a weird day yesterday, and one of the things was I went out to this one park to talk with my psychiatrist, Dr. A man who has literally saved my life. He played with my brain soup and experiment with brain soup, and he get right correction of wonton in brain soup, and badness out and goodness in, and no longer need to put alcohol in the body. No more craving of the alcohol in the body, and I get fat for a while, but now I take care of that by eating of the oatmeal. And lots of walking because I don't drive the car. Now, if I do that imitation like 3 blocks that way, I'll be a dead man. They just won't understand. Eddie Murphy can get away with it, and Robin Williams used to be able to get away with it until he couldn't get away from himself. So it goes. So, at any rate, I'm over at this park, OC Park, or whatever, and I'm sitting there talking to Dr. A, and people are passing me by and they go, "You a cop?" "No, I'm not a cop." 5 minutes later, "You a cop?" "No, I'm not a cop." "You a cop?" "No, not a cop." "Hey, you a cop?" "Not a cop." "You a cop?" "No, not a cop." Apparently, I look like a cop. And don't look like an indigenous homeless person. So maybe it's the hat. I don't know. Maybe it's that I'm usually clean shaven. I don't know. But I look like a cop. Apparently. In that particular park. I also got asked 15 times yesterday for change. And starting at 4:30 in the morning, guys are all frozen up, and I have a hard time saying no. I dole out a little money here, I dole out a little money I don't have. I mean, but I have a hard time saying no, and so I think I'm developing codependency with an entire city. And I gotta knock it off. It's not my responsibility. I have to remember that it's God's responsibility and not mine. So I'm learning. At one point last night, the 15th guy asked me if he could have a buck, and I kind of snapped at him a little bit, and I said, "Do you have a roof over your head tonight?" And he said, "Yeah, I do." And I said, "Well, I kind of don't. So maybe you should get your own dollar." And then I thought, and then he explained that the roof over his head was the stars and the moon. And then I felt like a dirtbag. And I went, "I'm sorry, I'm just tired, and too many people have asked me for money today, and I'm sleeping under the freeway, and I got to go reevaluate it because I'm losing my sense of humor. And if I'm losing my sense of humor, that's not a good sign."
because we all know how much fun I am when I lose my sense of humor. Well, maybe we don't, because usually I don't lose my sense of humor, but I was losing it yesterday, and that's not good. So, here's to my not losing my sense of humor in the future, not taking on the world like I have to save it, because that's completely out of my jurisdiction. I'm just supposed to help a little bit here and there, and I did that today. I got Guy clothing, and I tried to get some people to make some donations for tent and sleeping bag, and I was unsuccessful. And I counseled a couple of different people, and I downloaded software and wrote some letters and did vlogs and learned new programs, and you know, I put in a full day's work, 4:30 until now, and now I'm going to go off to a Bible study tonight, and then come home and crash, you know. And that's that. And now, at 6 minutes and 18 seconds, that's more than enough, don't you think? Good night.